welcome to ESL Vocabulary session in Kitely, and as you can see we are running the session based on the swimming pool again. Okay, and we've got our old grotty swimming pool, and I hope those of you who was paying attention in the forum.
Oh, I was trying to write the words, but I didn't manage.
Oh, okay, I'll believe you. I'll believe you. Thousands wouldn't. Okay, so I basically posted up the photo from last week of this grotty swimming pool, and what I want you to do this week really is to take charge. You can play it as a role play, or you can just discuss it as if it's our swimming pool in Kitely. You can be, I don't know, health and safety executives if you would like to be. It's up to you, however you would like to play it. And yeah, you've got to decide what we need to do to sort this grotty swimming pool out. Because it's just not fit for purpose, is it? So here's the link. If you haven't actually checked it out, there's the link. You don't want to swim today, it's too cold. I don't blame you. I wouldn't swim today either. It's not stopped raining here, but I wouldn't. It's not because it's too cold, it's because that water looks disgusting, and that mattress and everything in there. I certainly wouldn't dive in, April. You're sitting on the diving board without a care in the world. Now, who's got voice? Because this is a voice session, of course.
I think all of us.
So, Dope, you've got voice, yeah?
Yes.
I heard Nina. Hey, Bob! That was the big question. I didn't want to pick on you or single you out, but you've got voice. Awesome, you got it working.
My lucky day.
Yay! Did you do anything? Did you change anything from last night, or is it just suddenly working?
I tried to pray, maybe.
I'm not sure if that actually works with technology. Well, whatever you did, it worked. Shiny, have you got voice? Little shiny. I think I'm going to start calling you Shiny.
Hello, Lynn. Hello, guys.
Hi.
Hello.
Who is the blonde in the picture? I don't know, Nina. Nina's changed her appearance.
Yeah. I was blonde.
Hey, wouldn't it be cool if we could change our appearance that easily in real life? Hey, I want to change my hair today. I suppose we can if we buy wigs, I guess. We might be able to, but yeah. So I think, I think it's just Dope who's not, who wasn't here last week.
Yeah, he wasn't.
Yeah, so what we did last week was we looked at different types of swimming pool, and it was related to the swimming pool vocabulary challenge, okay? And we looked at different types of, we discussed different ways of swimming, and the challenge for this week was to decide what we need to do for this swimming pool, our Kitely swimming pool. How could we make it suitable for swimming? I mean, I think we all agreed last week we would not in real life want to go swimming in a swimming pool that looked like this. So type Mike, anybody who's got an idea of what we have to do and what we must do in order to make this a place we want to go to. Sege, Bob, take the mic.
We have to clean it, of course. Maybe.
Which part of it?
Is something else? Not only cleaning we need. Maybe to fight some bacteria. So it's the same for me.
I think that water is probably quite dirty. So we said, now how would we?
It was nice.
I guess if you
filter some filtering.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Would a filter be able to cope with that dirty water? Certainly, in swimming pools, the water has to be filtered. Yeah? And I don't think that water's ever been filtered. So there has to be a filter. But that water, I don't know if a filter would ever get that water clean. So what could we do to get the water up to standard? Any
Change
ideas?
it.
Change the water. Okay, Nina, take the mic.
Yeah. Okay. We have a lot of work to do here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's go elbow crease. And my opinion, we must clean the swimming pool the right way. So I suggest, first of all, we must take off the icky mattress.
Okay, not take off. Not take off.
Not take off.
No. If you
how
say
can I
take,
say?
well, if you say take off, it implies you're wearing it. So take that short skirt off. You're not going out like that. It's the sort of thing your mother might say to you. Remove,
Burn it.
yeah.
Burning the water, April.
That might not work.
Take out. Take out
yeah.
this.
Remove as well.
So
take the mattress out of the pool.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
take the mattress.
We have to take
out
that
the
mattress out of the pool. I've got an interesting question from Shiny. Why did you put that thing in the pool? I didn't put it in. It was the kids. You know what the kids are like round here. Terrible. Okay, so let's take the mattress out. Oh, it's heavy. Out of the pool. And we'll
Magic mattress.
Yay, bye.
I tell you what, we'll give it to the rat. Let's give it to the little rat. He can run around in the mattress.
Now I can burn, April.
Now, yeah, maybe we have to burn it, but probably best if we call the council. The council can come and take it away. So that's the mattress out of the pool, but the water still looks a bit minging. So what do we have to do? Somebody said change the water, but how do you... That's a lot of water. How do we change the water? Nina, take the mic.
We must put on the pool some chemicals, like I forgot the name, chlorine.
Chlorine.
And chlorine, and after that, circulation the whole water, and finally we used some equipment, and for brush, for vacuum, and
okay. Well, let's stick to the water for now, because putting chlorine, it's like adding a filter to the pool, and just adding chlorine into that water, I think that's not really going to work that well. You're just putting chemicals into... You'd make a sludge, I think. So, Sege, you put a suggestion in. Take the mic.
We may pump it out or to drain it.
Yeah, I think we have to drain it. Now, that could be literally by using the drain in the swimming pool, or if that's blocked or maybe it's not working, you could bring in a pump and pump it out. So let's drain the pool first. Okay.
So I don't have to add out here with drain.
Okay, shall I drown Autumn? Hang on. No, I won't. Okay, so it's not a proper session unless I drown a student, is it, April? I'm still wondering if April's mic is working. Is your mic working?
So dirty.
It is still dirty, yeah. That's why we couldn't just deal with the water. We've got to deal with the pool. It looks really horrible, doesn't it? And I think there's some broken tiles in there as well. So, I know, Nina, I know water is expensive, but really you can't ask people to swim in filthy water. That would probably open yourself up for all sorts of legal issues. Okay, so
when I was young,
yep.
when I was young, I worked to my uncle in his swimming pool academy, and I know some procedures to make it.
We've got an expert.
Yeah. Never mind.
Okay, when I was young, I just say when I was younger. I mean, I don't think you're old, so when I was younger, okay? It sounds nicer. It sounds nicer.
Okay.
Okay, so we've drained the pool, but as Dope says, it's still filthy. It's still dirty. So what are the sort of things we need to do now?
We need to brush.
To brush?
Yeah.
To brush roll.
Yeah, we could brush it. That's going to take a lot of brushing. Oh, because it's really grimy. Can you think of any other words for dirty?
Oh, icky.
Icky.
Icky. Really icky.
Filthy.
Awful. In this case, probably grotty.
Muddy. Muddy.
Muddy. Yeah.
Roomy.
Oh, what was that, Nina?
Roomy.
Can you type that up?
Okay.
Crummy.
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 Yeah, crummy can be not dirty. You can have a crummy place just because it hasn't got good Wi-Fi. We're looking for words that really describe that sort of dirty, kind of filthy, icky, grimy look.
Repellent.
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 Yeah, again, you can find a person repellent just because of the way they behave. So again, it hasn't. If something's really filthy, then you can find it repellent, but it doesn't only apply to things that are dirty. It can apply to all sorts of things, even food that you don't like. Some people find Marmite repellent. Some people love it. It's all good practice for moving around. Mucky, that's good, April. Yeah, mucky. Any other synonyms you can think of for this disgusting looking dirty pool? There's grubby. I don't know if you've heard of grubby. Yeah, again, disgusting. Marmite doesn't mean it's dirty. Grubby is dirty. Soiled. It can mean dirty, yeah, but it's used in specific contexts. So you wouldn't say that the pool is soiled. What you could say is the mattress is soiled. Okay, and boy, it's so soiled as to be unusable, isn't it? So soiled has a slightly different connotation. Okay. It's more to do with it's often applied to cloth actually. So as I say, a soiled mattress, a soiled nappy, and it's often associated, I'm afraid, with poop. So well, old people in hospital, the nurses might say, oh, we need to change his bedding, he's soiled himself. Yeah, and that generally means made a real mess in the bed. So yeah, it's a slightly specialist term for dirty. So I wouldn't say the pool is soiled. Okay. Filthy. Yeah, we've had filthy. Messy doesn't mean dirty. Messy can just... I've got a messy desk here. I've got a lot of stuff on it, but it's not dirty. It's just I've got a lot of stuff to do, and I was clearing the decks a bit this morning because I wanted to take a photo for Aladdin, believe it or not. to fulfill my obligation from the challenge, the football challenge. He asked me to switch my camera on, so I did, and I took a photograph with it because he didn't specify which camera he wanted me to switch on. Anyway, I don't think he was best pleased with me, but I fulfilled the contract. But my desk is a bit messy because I was clearing stuff away and I didn't put it all back where it should be. Cruddy, that's a good one. Yeah, I like cruddy. Yeah, cruddy's good. That can be all sorts of things. Can be cruddy, especially if it's greasy. If you've got something, crud comes from sort of oily, greasy kind of thing. But yeah, cruddy would do. Cruddy would do.
I have no idea anymore. I think everything I know.
Yeah, grimy. I think we've had grimy. Yeah, we've had grimy. Now, when we're looking at the sides of the pool and the bottom of the pool, here, we could say slimy. Now, what would you think if I said, oh, the bottom of the pool is really slimy?
Oh.
He's done it again. How did you do that? Yeah, like the Ghostbusters. Like the Ghostbusters, the slime that the monsters. So slime was a slightly different kind of dirt. It's like mud. Mud is wet dirt, and slime is similar. It's slippery liquid, but dirty and nasty slime. Well done, you made it. Good, well done. Okay, so we need to get rid of the slime. We need to get rid of the dirt, the filth, the mud at the bottom of the pool. But somebody mentioned the tiles. What must we do to some of these tiles? Yeah, shiny. We must repair the tiles. They're broken. Yeah, we need to fix, not just fix it, fix them. If you notice, there's several tiles at the bottom of the pool. Several tiles are missing, which means the pool's probably not waterproof. It's amazing there was any water in the pool to start with. Okay, so once we've cleaned the tiles, fixed the broken ones, replaced the missing ones, and then what else do we need to do? Ah, well done, Shiny. Yeah. If you notice, we've got a very rusty looking and rickety ladder here. And it's not just rusty, it's broken. The ladder is broken. Now, I'm not even going to ask Artem. I know Artem. You probably just jump into the pool, don't you? When you go swimming. I know what you do. You go... hang on, I'm going to do an Artem impersonation now.
Yeah,
okay.
You go. The first step is broken.
Yeah, so Artem at the pool, he goes, yay, swimming, woo!
He didn't jump, he just fell.
Oh, yeah.
He just fell. Like a brick, you know.
Okay, but when I go swimming, I use the ladder or the steps. I never just jump in. I like to acclimatise myself to the water temperature.
I usually take you people with me.
Don't do that if you ever go swimming and I'm around. Do not do that to me. I need control of my life. I use the ladder or the steps.
And I always try to wet the girl's head. Get crazy.
You'd be a nightmare to go swimming. Okay, so
don't touch my face.
Nina, what were you going to say, Nina? Take the mic.
Okay. To repair or fix this pool, we must to wear some PPE.
Ooh,
Because it's
excellent.
for
Yeah.
us.
Now, can you explain to everybody who hasn't done a plumbing course?
PPE, guys, is personal protective equipment.
Yeah.
Also in pool maintenance, PPE, like goggles, gloves, masks, and apron.
Yeah. Personal.
And sometimes waterproof over walls.
Yeah. PPE.
PPE,
Personal protective equipment.
equipment,
Okay.
equipment.
Don't pee.
Yeah.
Don't pee in a pool.
No, don't be.
Not pee.
What? No PP. No. No, like a child. PP.
PPE, not PP.
No PP.
So, personal protect. So yeah, I think we'll need. I mean, I wouldn't even touch this pool with PPE on. I'd need hazmat suit to go into that pool. I tell you. I'd be frightened of cholera. But yes, personal protective equipment, goggles,
Gloves.
gloves. Yeah, very important. Can anyone else think of any
Mask.
other? Mask. Yeah.
Apron. And waterproof overalls. I don't know, maybe other specialized clothes, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's fine.
If us for
Waterproof
some injury.
overalls, yeah, waterproof overalls, boots as well, the right kind of boots. Glasses, yeah, goggles. Hang on.
Risk cell phone. Safe jacket. Risk jacket.
Yeah, a high visibility jacket maybe as well. The thing is, Sergey, with glasses, I mean, I wear glasses. I've got glasses on now, but they're not really protective equipment. When you wear glasses that cover the eyes and protect the eyes, we call them goggles. Okay, so you'd need to wear goggles, not just glasses. Okay, and maybe even a face mask in case you breathe in any of the chemicals. But you're quite right. I mean, people who deal with this kind of stuff, if you're doing it to the letter of the law, there are a lot of rules and regulations, a lot of rules and regulations. And you're dealing with chemicals. You mentioned chlorine earlier. When you're dealing with chemicals, you have to have COSH safety sheets, COSH, control of substances hazardous to health, control of substance hazardous to health, COSH, and lots of health and safety regulations as well. Okay, so we'll clean the sides and the bottom of the pool. We'll get rid of all the algae. Now, do you know what I mean by algae?
Yeah, like a musk, but inside the water.
Yeah, and it can just, if you look at the end of the pool, the deep end where April is, I think that green looking substance, I think that's actually algae. You have a fish tank. Yeah, Sergey. And what do you have to do to clean your fish tank? Sergey, take the mic.
I have to remove algae, right?
That's it. Yeah, you have to remove the algae from the side of the tank. Wherever you have water, and eventually the bacteria will develop or form algae. Moss, yeah, there might be moss growing there, but remember the pool was full of dirty water, so it's probably algae. Moss grows in damp places, but if you look around the edges of the pool and the tiles around the edges of the pool, then yes, I think we've probably got some moss growing here, because moss loves a damp, dirty environment. Moss isn't dirty in itself though. Moss is actually very good at filtering water. You can make a water filter out of moss if you're on one of those survival courses. You can actually filter dirty water through moss to make it drinkable. Nina, take the mic.
Yeah, we must remember to put chlorine, and sometimes I don't know, bromine is necessary, or other chemicals help keep this water clean and avoid moss and algae. Yeah.
Yeah, algae. Well done. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's once we've refilled the pool. I don't think we're ready to refill the pool, so we've got to. Sergey, do you you're very handy? I know you're very good at fixing things. Do you think it's worth fixing that ladder that you're sitting on?
It depends on the size of your wallet.
Haha, yeah, but I'm looking at how rusty it is, and if you look at the bottom rung, now, sorry to confuse you, ladders don't have steps unless they're a step ladder. Okay, now that isn't a step ladder, it's a ladder, it's a pool ladder, and it has rungs. I'm trying to see through, okay, there's 1, 2, 3 rungs. And the bottom rung is actually rusted through and broken.
Well, that's the reason why you have to get rid of that ladder and buy a new one.
Okay, so you think we need to replace it? We have to replace the ladder, yeah?
Replace, yes. Can I say change it, or replace is more proper verb here?
I'd accept both, but change it might mean to put something different in place, maybe to put steps in. Whereas replace it means to take that one and put in another one, probably the same style, the same kind of fittings. Okay? Okay. Now, we've done the ladder. What about where April is sitting? Do you think that's safe?
It's okay.
Jumping board, you mean?
Not a jumping board. Anybody know what we call it?
Oh, how did you do this?
Oh my goodness, I knew that would... Sorry, Shiny. Okay.
It was awesome.
I didn't jump then. I did something else. What did I do? It wasn't a jump. It was a diving board. Yeah, not dining board. Yeah, diving board. Well done. So we need to. I think the diving board itself looks pretty sound, and April's sitting on it. She hasn't fallen in yet. I think it just needs a good clean. Maybe we need to paint it. It's looking a little grubby, but it doesn't look that bad. I think it's one thing that can actually stay. So maybe we just need to clean the diving board. What about around the swimming pool? What about these areas? What do we have to do here? As I said, there's moss. It's a bit dirty. Sergey's fallen in. Don't slip on the slime, Sergey. Oh, Nina's crashed, I think. Needs a checkup. What do you mean by a checkup? When you say checkup to me, April, I think going to the doctor for a checkup.
What, inspection?
Yeah, we need to inspect the tiles. We need to make sure that they're okay. Yeah. I think we definitely need to make sure that they're up to standard. Now, do you know what standard you require by law if you have a swimming pool? Any ideas? What are the requirements for tiles around a swimming pool? Remember, you're going to have dope running around here.
Yeah, actually it's very slippery. I don't know how I manage.
Yeah, that's it. So if you've got lots of people and kids running around, you have to make sure that the tiles are not slippery or non-slip. Well, I didn't like to say, Bob, you look like an old mattress. Oh dear. I think we've got a body in the swimming pool. Somebody call the police. But non-slip. non-slip tiles. They're quite expensive, unfortunately. So anything that's, sorry, non-slip, not non-slip, what am I thinking of? Anything that's non-slip has to be certain
Person overboard! Help him!
Okay. Unfortunately, non-slip tiles are expensive. I don't know if you've ever had to. We had to fit non-slip tiles in the kitchen and the bathroom in our house. It's law in Germany. Any area where there might be water, you have to make sure that any tiles or floor coverings are non-slip. Okay? And they cost more. It's always more expensive. We also use the term anti-slip. Yeah, anti-slip. But non-slip is better. Okay. So we'd have to have them inspected. April's right. And we might have to replace them, unfortunately. It's going to be expensive, this job, isn't it? Welcome back, Nina. Much more, I would say yes. Yes, Sergey. It cost us a lot more than if we could have just used normal tiles. But then I'll have to say, I've been to a couple of places in England where they haven't got this requirement. And if you spill anything on the floor, it's like being on an icing rink. So I think they're right to insist that kitchen and bathroom tiles should be non-slip, because how expensive is a broken hip, you know? Okay, can you think of anything else we might need to look at or replace? What about around the pool? What does it remind you of? Take the mic, don't type.
Some umbrellas, maybe. Chairs.
Ooh, yeah, that would be nice. I was actually looking at this that's in front of me.
Fence. It's fence.
Sorry, Nina?
You said fence?
The fence, yeah. Now, yes, you could
Protection around the pool.
Yeah, I mean,
necessary.
If this is going to be a commercial success, we need to make sure people can't just go swimming whenever they want. We need to have some kind of
protection.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
It is like a cage, isn't it? It's not very inviting. It's like being in a prison yard. Not that I've ever been in prison, but I do watch Orange is the New Black. Okay, so fence, yeah, chain fencing we've got. Can anybody think of other words for fencing?
Restrictions.
Hedge. No?
Hang on. Bob, what did you say?
Barrier.
Restriction.
Restriction, yeah, restriction is not bad, but that's basically anything can be a restriction. Handcuffs can be a restriction. So it doesn't really describe the fencing. Fencing is used to restrict entrance to place, okay, as a barrier. So it's not really a synonym, it's just an effect that the fencing might have. Barrier, yeah, barrier is more... the fencing again acts as a barrier, but you can have a barrier, but it would be more without the chain fencing. It would be more like a let me just see if I can find something that would be a barrier. Ooh. Let's see. Yeah, if you
mean a gate?
A gate is more an access. So you can have fencing and then put a gate in the fencing to give access. This hasn't got any gates, it's just got gaps, if you notice, which would probably be a security nightmare. Okay. But yeah, they're all good. Yeah, a barricade. Again, you can have a way through, which restricts people just being able to walk in, but you can open it. It's a bit like a gate. Railings. We could just have railings. Palings a bit specialist. So a pale or paling is a particular type of fencing. You'd normally find that on farms and in the countryside. Yeah, it looks like a compound. You're right, Artem. This whole area looks like a compound. So maybe we need to look at the fencing we're using and find something that's a bit more inviting, but just as secure, maybe even a bit more secure. So rather than having this kind of chainmail fencing, we could have some walls, perhaps. Perimeter alarms, Nina.
Yeah, exactly.
We're not a prison.
If you have money, okay.
That's very true, yes. But remember, this is going to be open to the public. We're going to allow, but they have to pay. So perimeter alarms, that sounds like high security when you don't want anyone else to use it.
But when a child or some animals penetrate, I don't know, the field, the alarm will sound just for more security. You understand?
Yeah, I'm not sure if I've ever been to a public swimming pool with perimeter alarms. Maybe a drug baron who's got a nice swimming pool in his backyard might want perimeter alarms, or I don't know, some big businessman maybe, or very rich person, but not a public swimming pool. Ah, Shiny made a very good observation there. There are no changing rooms. Where are people meant to change? I mean, you don't want to have to change like you're on the beach. You know, you sort of hide behind a towel, trying to keep everything covered with the towel. So yeah, definitely, Shiny, you're spot. Oh, I'm still running. We definitely need changing rooms. And somebody mentioned earlier, Shiny again, a kiosk. Yeah, that's a nice idea. Somewhere that people can buy refreshments. Maybe outside the fencing, so that they can't eat in the pool or drink in the pool, because that would contaminate the water. Okay. There's lots of rules. We need a sign with the rules as well. Can anybody think of anything else? We need a cat to catch that rat. Best offer cat.
Lynn, in my opinion, you must you must install a safe cover to put on the pool in the winter.
Ah, so a cover for the water. I think, you know, in many countries now, that's actually the law, that you have to cover the water up when it's not in use. So maybe at night, or as you say, in the winter, or when the pool's closed, you have to put a cover over it. So yeah, I don't think there's ever been a cover over this one. That's going to be really expensive, Nina, but I think you're right. Anything else? A beach guard. What do you mean a beach guard? This isn't the beach.
It's not.
Bob, take the mic. What do you think you mean by a beach guard?
There are lots of movies with beautiful girls and strong boys who saves some other people's lives. It's very romantic.
You've been watching Baywatch, haven't you? Yes,
it would be some very useful thing to have someone who can save drowning people, maybe.
Okay, yeah. On the beach, you might call them a beach guard, but you wouldn't. You said saving people's lives. And that's the word we use, a lifeguard.
Ah, lifeguard.
Yeah. And in public swimming pools, it is again law that there is a lifeguard on duty when the pool is open. Okay. Pool safety equipment. That's a very good point as well, Nina. What kind of safety equipment do you think a pool needs?
I know just two, like a lifesaver with a hook. It's red
okay.
with some lace, right? Yeah, and I don't know this pronounced sharp part hook. Parts hook for safe people.
Oh, shepherd's hook.
Yeah, shepherd's hook.
A shepherd. Yeah, shepherd is normally somebody that protects sheep and looks after sheep. But a shepherd's hook, I know what you mean. It's like a long pole with a hook on the end. You can fish somebody out of the water. That's a good idea, yeah. A shepherd's hook.
Yeah. And lifesaver with a hook. Just it. I remember that.
Have we got anything else?
That's life belt, Nina.
Yeah, a life belt.
Sorry?
April, I don't think Nina heard you.
Yeah.
You said a lifesaver with a hole. That is the life belt.
It's similar life belt.
Yeah, it's called life belt, I think, Ellen.
Yep. In England it is. It might be called a lifesaver in the US, I'm not sure. But in the UK we call it a life belt. Yeah. Because the idea is it goes around your waist. Yeah, you pull it over your head, it goes around your waist. We'll also need, we will also need first aid equipment, of course. And boiler. Sergey, are we going to make a cup of tea? What do you think we need a boiler for?
Maybe the water is cold.
Absolutely.
We need to.
If I'm going in there, we definitely need a heater.
Let's make a cup of tea.
We need a pool heater. Yeah.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Okay, so a pool heater. Maybe a boiler room. But definitely a pool heater. Now, a lot of this stuff we can do. We mentioned keeping the pool clean. Do you know what you can get nowadays that helps to keep a pool clean? After we've done all this work, we don't want it to get into that state again. Do you know what you can buy to keep a pool clean?
Like chemicals?
Nope. No, it's more cool than that. Much cooler than that. You can get bots. You can get pool robots. Yeah. Automatic pool robots. Yeah, I want one of them.
Yeah, I know. But it's really expensive.
I know, but I don't care. We're spending so much money now. I don't care.
Okay. You're right.
Some tailor recently designed some special outfit for little children, so I can throw little children there.
Ooh, now that's
brush the floor.
Maybe next time we'll talk about who can swim in this pool. Do you think this is a children's pool? Do you think this pool?
No. You know, there is special outfits which children wear who still are capable to walk. So I think it was just a joke.
Okay.
The outfit is it looks like a brush, you know, when they crawl on the floor. So they at the same time they brush the floor.
Yeah, but you put them in these. No, you can't do that.
Yeah. Okay.
I know the one you mean.
Kindergarten, I think.
I know the one you mean. I know the one you mean. Yeah, the baby mop, the baby. But I don't think we can throw babies into the pool to get them to clean it.
It's fine. They have to be tough. Life is tough. They have to be prepared.
If you don't know what we're talking about, there you go. The baby mop. Maybe, hey, April, there's an idea for you. When the little one starts crawling, you can have shiny, clean floors. Oh, dear.
Yeah, I'm cool, you know.
Handsome robot one, said Sergey. Yeah, robots aren't that good, but I've seen these pool cleaning robots at work, and they really are effective. They really do work. These ones that do the floor in the house, the hoovering and the vacuuming, they're useless. But these pool cleaning robots, they're brilliant. They filter the water, they clean the sides of the pool, the bottom of the pool, they remove anything that's any foreign objects like leaves or that plaster that you always find sort of floating around in the pool. Yuck. Husband robot.
Husband robot, oh my god.
Oh dear. And I think you can also, if I'm right, hang on a second, I'm sure you can get them for fish tanks as well, Sergey. Here you go. You say you've got a fish tank? I saw this the other day. And it's an aquatic robot that cleans your fish tank. And that would keep all the algae off the fish tank. There you go. Amazing what you learn in these sessions, isn't it? Okay, so I think we've got a lot of work to do for next week. We'll see what we can get done, and we'll call the contractors in and see if we can make this a slightly nicer place to be. But I also like your idea of putting some, I don't know, some seats around, some umbrellas, some sun loungers, because you don't want to be swimming the whole time. So I think that's a really good idea. Well done. Anything anybody wants to ask or add before we finish? April, you said, no, I'm not inviting you, April. You said you were going to another pool.
Yes, and just invite me if it is finished.
When it's finished. So it's no good me giving you a scrubbing brush?
No.
Okay. Fair enough. At least that is honest.
And what about the bird there? It will pick my towels. It will steal my towels, the bird there.
Which bird? Oh, the bird flying up. But I don't think
Yeah.
it will. Birds are most... I'd be more worried about the rat in the mattress.
Wow.
Yeah.
And who knows, there is moles and hamster and everything.
No, it's definitely
and
a rat.
The ant. The ant.
Oh, ants, yeah. But normally ants kind of kept away by the chlorine in the pool. So as long as we keep the pool clean, I don't think there'll be too much of an issue. Okay, so we'll finish there unless there's any other questions. I should be here next week, so we'll see if I can get the contractors busy, get it finished for next week. And if you notice, this week there wasn't a vocabulary challenge. I did forget to remove it from the calendar, my mea culpa, but because I was running the Discord sessions every day, I just didn't have time to run a challenge as well. But next week, the vocabulary, as long as Marianne's able to run the sessions, they might change times, but she's got to get back to me on that. As long as she is able to do that, then the vocabulary challenge will be back next week. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, yeah, sorry, April. I really had thought I've deleted it now. It's a bit late, but I really thought I'd deleted it from the calendar. I've got a horrible feeling I might have deleted it in October by mistake. So I'll have to go and check.
Yeah, every day I got the notification vocabulary challenge every day.
Sorry.
But there is no one.
There was none. No. So I will have to apologise to everybody and get it sorted for next week. I might run it a little bit longer next week as penance. Okay, so you take care, everybody. I'll be in Discord at 4:30 in about 25 minutes. I'm going to make a cup of tea now, and maybe I'll see some of you there. Bob, if you can come along, do, and let's see if your voice will work in Discord. But I'm really glad it was working here. So you two, Shiny. No. I knew it was going to happen. April's fallen in the hole.
I know, yeah, I know that too.
It's okay. I'll save you. I'll save you.
Ouch. It's painful.
Woohoo!
Like our children.
Okay.
Ninja.
Take care.
Catch ninja. I'll catch you.
Okay, you take care then.
Ciao.
Bye.
Bye bye. Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.